Good morning, my loves. It's me, Cel. Welcome to this morning routine. These are all the different movements I do to start my day. The first thing that we're actually going to get started with is not movement per se, but actually touch. The way the brain feeds is from bottom to top, back to front, and the sensory cortex lives just behind the motor cortex. So if we can start with sensation first, we actually have a higher chance of recruiting the motor cortex. So what I'm starting with is really taking time on my hands, because the hands occupy such a huge cortical map in your brain. We're then going to do a few strokes of the arm from the shoulder to the fingers, and we're going to then flip the palm over and stroke all the way up from the fingers to the armpit. We're going to then do it on the other side and flip over. Nice one. We're then going to rub the shoulder around. And the other side. And we're also going to rub out the ribs, the tummy and your back, wherever you can reach. Up into your chest muscles. I've got a mic here, so I'm just going to pretend I'm doing this side. Great stuff, guys. And then we're going to rub down the front of the legs and up the back of the legs. Few more rubs. Great. So normally, if you don't have spiky balls, you can massage your feet with your own hands. Otherwise, I like to start off with the bigger of my spiky balls. Again, feet, much like hands, occupy a really, really big space in your brain. So if we can wake them up at first, it really does help to turn your brain on. Neurons that wire together, fire together. So not only do we wake up the feet in this instance, but we actually help the pelvic floor as well, because of the configuration of the homunculus. That's the map of you in your brain. Your feet are actually next to your pelvic floor. So I've switched over now into the little bit slightly more intense ball. And you guys can grade the pressure you use as much or as little as you choose. At first it's really sore, so I'd go easy. Nice. Okay, so lastly, we're actually going to work on our face. So make sure your hands are nice and clean, and you can just get really into your cheeks and around your jaw, up into the temples. Take your fingers through your hair. Rub out your ears with your thumb. And even take a moment to sort of massage your eyes. I mean, a lot of times we're staring at screens a lot, and so our eyes get super duper tired. And so we want to actually relax the muscles that control the eyes by gently prodding our fingers around the orbit of the eye. Okay, and we can even massage our eyeballs, but very gently. Take your index fingers and lightly rest the tips of your fingers just on the eye, and just do little circles. Good job. And then finally, just behind your neck, allow your fingertips to massage out any little tight spots. Good. And guys, there might be a few extra little things that you want to do here. Maybe you want to do a bit on your traps, or maybe a little additional love on your feet. Please feel free to do that. I'm going to carry on now, moving into where we start looking a little bit deeper at the joints themselves. We're actually going to start with the jaw. The jaw is going to go side to side. And then it's going to go forward and back. Good, guys. You're going to go back to side just for now, while I explain that actually the jaw, when we look at, again, the map and how the body configures, really has a powerful link against the pelvic floor. So sometimes if you have got pelvic floor dysfunction, we can actually release the jaw. I know a lot of people have very tight clamp jaws, but actually we need to teach the jaw to also move through range, and sometimes a weak jaw ends up clamping. And I didn't say, but now let's start the forward and back. Ooh, this is a funny looking one. Next, we're going to go onto our neck. So you're going to go forward and back. You know me, I love the good old chicken head. But we're actually going to add in resistance as well. So if you have got a resistance band, you're going to loop it around the back of your neck, and you're going to pull up against it. And guys, don't underestimate this exercise. It is going to really save you if you ever suffer from headaches, or if you find it difficult to have good posture throughout the day and you maybe feel a little bit heavy in yourself. But as I'm learning in my neuroscience course, we don't just want to do deep neck flexors in one range. We also want to work side to side. So what I'm going to get you to do is take 2 fingers up right by your cheeks and see if your cheeks can use your index fingers as goalposts to shift the head side to side. Now, what often happens when I'm teaching this is people go dunk, dunk. Try and keep your head level with the floor as you shift it side to side. Good job, guys. Last one. You did amazing. Thoracic mobilizations. I've done this before with you in my previous videos. So all we're doing is shifting forward and back with the chest. But I want your focus to be on the tiny joints of your upper back. Great stuff. So next we're going to move into the scapula, and the scapula are going to create circles around the ribs. Your arms remain straight, but your scapula are going to glide in big circles backwards. And then you're going to take these big circles also forwards. Awesome. Next, let's do big giant arm circles. Feet are together, body stays locked into its shape. Arms are going to reach up, and when you can't lift up anymore, palms turn away from each other, and then visualize they touching each other behind your back as you circle them. We're going to do that twice more. Arms up, turn, big circle back. And last one. And then we're going to reverse the circle. Palms turn away from each other, circle the arms back, 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 and then forward and down. Cool, last one. Awesome, guys. You're going to grab your stretchy band again now, and you're going to step on it with one foot, a nice wide stance on your feet. Wrap the stretchy band around your back, and then you're going to bend the same leg as where your hands are securing the strap. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do big hip circles. I know this looks really weird, but it's so much goodness is happening because we're actually adding a bit of resistance down into the hip joints, and we're teaching them to articulate around their socket. And we can also do the same thing with a stretchy band around the front. So my one hand has gone behind my back. And PS, you can do this without the stretchy band. It's also really good just to load your body into different shapes and create circular movements. Make sure your circles also go in both directions. Cool. Take a step forward. Switch it out into the feet. Wrap the stretchy band behind your back, and then take it around. And then we're going to change direction. And you might find one side's a bit more shaky. This side I'm like, like, oh, I don't know. I've got no jokes inside me. I'm sorry, guys. This is it. This is all I've got is just the worst chat under the sun. But anyway, thanks for sticking with me. We're going to do it now via the front. So take your stretchy band all the way up and over your hip. I mean, this is funny. I should have something to say about this, but I really have nothing. But it's good for you. That's all that counts. Other side. Two more. And then we're going to get rid of the strap. We're going to move on to our knees next. So feet are going to be together. Yes, you can lock your knees. Actually really press them backwards, but use the strength of your muscles to do this. And we're going to circle the knees all the way around and back. And we're going to do this 3 times. And then when you've done the last one, we'll reverse it to the other side. I actually really like this, not just for my knees, but also my ankles. If your feet tend to move a lot, you'll lose that ankle connection. So really keep the feet secured as you take the circle. Good job. And then lastly, we're going to do the hands and feet. So I want you to stand tall on one leg, bring the other leg up with a knee bend, and take 3 giant circles in one direction, and then change to the other side. And then we change and reverse. Great stuff. Next, we're going to stretch out the tops of our feet. I do it like this on the hard floor, but I know a lot of people who really struggle with that. And if that's you, either roll up your yoga mat or grab a cushion and place the top of the foot on that support. And then you're just going to kind of mobilize into the joints, not only by pressing into flexibility and stretching, but almost feeling like the foot is pressing the floor away. So there's a bit of strength coming in as well. Now we've gone through the middle of the foot, but also want to go into almost a sickled foot position. This is always what my ballet teacher used to scold me for. But actually, guys, there's joints on the side of the foot there that really do need to be mobilized. So what I'm doing is tilting the foot towards the little toe border, and then I'm just gently mobilizing into the stretch. And at the same time, through the bottom of the stretch, using my strength to push away. The last one is a bit tricky. I've got a bunion on this foot, so it can be a bit painful. We're going to do the exact same thing, but towards the big toe. And again, I want you to be really mindful of that big toe. It might need a bit of support. Make sure you don't go into that joint and hurt it. And then we're going to switch over. Middle of the foot first. Little bends. Each little bend takes you a bit deeper. Going onto the little toe border of the foot. And guys, sometimes when I do this with my dad, he puts like a massive cushion under his foot. So as much support as you need so that we can get your foot into a new shape. And then we go into the big toe border. Fantastic, well done. Lastly, we'll finish on our hands. So normally we like to do circles with the hands. And of course we can do that both ways. But actually what's really amazing is to do figures of 8. Now, figures of 8 can be a little bit tricky to learn at first. So I want you to start off imagining you're holding a tray with your palms. Lift your palms up towards you and let your little finger lead the way, turning them down to face the ground. Then you're going to high five me, and then the little finger is going to lead the way again, turning the fingers to the ground. And you're just going to keep flipping. High five yourself, high five me. Little finger always leading the way. And as you get more confident with the trajectory of the movement, you can then really go to town and allow your whole hand to be a part of the movement. Let's finish it there. Palms are actually going to face down. Now we reverse the figure of 8. Imagine your palms are going to high five your forearm as they go down. Thumb leads the way as you curve up. And then show me your palms. Thumb leads the way as you curve up. Every single time, allowing your thumb to take you to the right way. Oh my goodness, this way is hard. I'm burning. And also guys, check that there's not one wrist doing more than the other. Like my left wrist is feeling pretty solid, but my right wrist is not happy. It's like shaky as I do it. Okay, fabulous. Well done, my loves. Thank you for joining me on this little morning movement routine. I hope you're feeling really ready to absolutely smash the day ahead of you. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and I'll see you next time on another little YouTube video.